This conference will now be recorded.
So, in the last session, we discussed about creating different types of supervisory organizations, like organization types in work, like SUPOGs, locations, cost centers, companies, regions, etc. Right? So, hope you have worked on creating these organizations. Do you face any difficulties or challenges while creating them? Any questions before I start that I can address?
Nope.
Okay, yeah. Again, feel free to let me know if you have any difficulties while creating. So organizations are like very basics in Workday. So we just started with those things. Now, let us see in today's session how these organizations will get tagged to a worker when we are, performing hiring transactions in the system, right? So on that note, like we have created supervisory organizations in the system, right? Like let me open supervisory organizations that we have created. So AB Software Services is the SUPOG. We have created it in the top level. So if you observe the supervisory organization, right? Like let's go in detail. If you click on this members tab, you will be able to see who are all the members of this supervisory organization. And then in the second tab, we'll see the details like what is the type and subtype and the code visibility. And if it has any subordinates, you can see them here. And what is the primary location of the supervisory organization. And then you see something called staffing where we'll have all the open positions, right? If we have any position created in the supervisory organizations, I'll have those open positions available here. Again, if there are any hirings are initiated on the positions, like in progress staffing events will also reflect here. And again, if it is a future dated hiring event that we are performing, it will reflect in a unavailable to fill. There will be a new tab that pops up here and you will be able to see the position there. And then you see something called roles and security groups. We'll come back to this little later, where basically we'll see who are all the people, like who is manager, who is the compensation partner, who is the business partner, like HR business partner or people business partner. What do we have different naming conventions for, right? HR executives, HR analysts. So all those roles, like people who are supporting my supervisory organization. That mean when I say my supervisory organization, the members of my supervisory organization will reflect here in the roles tab. And then if again every role will have a security group associated with it, and those security groups we can see it here. Like we being a workday consultant, we'll use these two tabs little later. I'll explain. Then we have something called organization assignments. That means if you see, you will have the company, the other org types like company, cost center, like they have additional things like grant program, fund, kind of, right? So what are the companies that are tagged, that can be tagged to the supervisory organization? Like what are the cost centers that I can tag to the supervisory organization? So when I'm hiring someone, see, if I'm heading a supervisor, like if I'm managing a supervisory organization, like if I'm a manager of a supervisory organization, when someone is being hired into my team, right, into a position, so he, like I will be having some default organizations, like my location, my supervisory organization's location will go to the position default. And whatever the company that I belongs to, the person being hired into my team will be getting the same company, and the cost center that I own will be tagged to the worker. So if we can maintain those values in the default organizations, right, so that they will reflect for the workers accordingly. Let me see, let us see how to show, add these organization assignments. That means I am tagging the organizations on the supervisory organization level, and I'll try to hire some worker. Like again, before tagging, let me try to show some other hire quickly, and then we'll see in detail about like how it will make difference if I hire someone into that supervisory organization. Now, before performing this, so I need to make a slight change to the business process that we have created for hire initially. So if you take a look at this Excel sheet, we have configured hire business process, sorry, here, right? We have configured the hire business process for the supervisory organization, like for on the top level supog. Now what I'll do, I'll quickly open the supervisory organization's business process for hire, pp colon hire. I'll give AB soft. So give BP for business process colon hire business process on my supervisory organization. So when you are performing, when you are practicing, you have to give your prefixes so that you will see your hire business process definition like this. Click on it. and you will have the hire business process open. So here this is having only one step in it, which is initiation step, right? Now I'll make a slight change to this business process. One is the initiation, and the second step is going to be the organization assignments. So when I'm hiring a worker, in addition to the hire date, the position details and the other hiring restrictions, and also I'm giving the some other additional information on that position, like on the hire date and reasons and the other stuff, right? So on top of this, I'm going to add organization assignments as well. So what I'm going to specify, what is the company, what is the cost center, and so on for the worker. So to do that, so we need to go to the business process related actions. Again, in this business process, you will have some option called edit definition. Now I'm going to edit my definition. May, do not make any changes in this pp effectively click on ok. Again, we'll discuss about in this on these configurations in detail in the business process section. Now I'm going to click on plus. I'll give the order as B. Now this is going to be my second step. So first step is initiation, and second step is my change org assignments. I'm going to give, so to make sure it is second step, it is B. I'm giving the order as B, and the type is action I'm giving. Please do follow for now. Again, I'll explain what are all these configurations when we are discussing the business processes. So here I'll give organization assignments. I have an option called change, organization assignments is the business process I'll be selecting. And here in the group, give HR administrator for now. Okay. And then click on OK. So what I have done, I have given the order, I have clicked on plus in first place, right? And then I have given the order as B, and then step type as action. Specify, I have given it as change org assignments, and group, I have given it as HR administrator. Now I'll click on OK. So with this, now I have two steps in my hire business process. First step is initiation, second step is change organization assignments. Let's click on done. Now I'm going to my supervisory organization, and I'm going to hire someone into these positions I have. So I'm going to hire someone into this position. I'll go to related actions again. How I can initiate hire process? So I can go to the supervisory organization, right? And I can go to hire, and I can click on hire employee. This is one way of doing. So it will take me to create a pre-hire record, and then upon creating the pre-hire details, it will take me to the hire page. So we can do it the other way as well. We can directly go to the position, and I can initiate hire. So how we will do it? So go to related actions of the position, go to hire, and select hire employee here, right? So again, it will take me to the same page of creating a new pre-hire. Let me create some pre-hire here, and I'll give Sanath. Okay, I'm just giving some random name here, and I'm giving the contact information of phone number for this person. And I'm going to click on OK. Now it will take me to the hire page. So here I'm going to give the hire date. Let me give it as 19th of June, and I'll give the date as new hire. I'll click on new position. Again, in reality, in real-time applications, we do not perform any hires. HRs in the respective teams will be performing, the onboarding team or the recruiting teams, they'll be performing the hire events, but we should know the process, right? So that's why we are learning it in detail here. And I'm going to give the details of employee type, employee, I guess, sorry, regular. And job profile, I'll randomly give some director. And time type, it is going to be full time, and location is maybe yes. Okay. And now again I'll be submitting it. Previously till now, with whatever we have learned so far, when I'm clicking on submit, the person is getting hired in the system, the hire process is getting completed, the position will be filled, and he is the position, the person whoever we are hiring is moving into members tab, right? But let me check it now. I'm just clicking on submit now. See, now my business process, hire business process, have another step in it. What is that one? Change organization assignments, the one that I have added just now. See, you have to read the system this way. You have submitted the hire. Up next, what is the next step? Change org assignments. Who is going to perform it? Jill Jones. So here, since I have already working on this system, I'm already working on the system, I know HR administrator has been given to this person who is currently logged in, and now this person can perform the change organization assignments. Just click on open now. If you click on this now, it will take you to perform change organization assignments. Now I'm going to do the organization assignments for the workers. See, here it will ask me for the company details. I'm just giving the company that I have created randomly. AB Services, let's say for example, Limited, AB Services Limited, and cost center. So here, if I'm giving AB, I'm getting these cost centers and companies, right? But again, if you see, there is no such limitation as such. Suppose if I'm giving something like AR, it is allowing me to select any other company here, right? Similarly, if I'm just giving some cost center, actually they were not created by me as part of our practice, right? I'm just trying to give something else. AR cost center. See, I'm just getting some other cost centers, like of course, which I have created in the past, but these are not relevant to my organizations. Correct? Correct. So is there any limitation? So I can give any company any cost center as such, right? Like, when HRs are when the recruitment team is actually performing the hire, there is no control over here to restrict the values that I can input here. I can give any value if this is the case. Correct. Just let's try, and just giving some GL. I'm getting all the companies which are having the search criteria that are matching that I'm giving here. So I can still perform this hiring event, but again, I don't have any control as such, to give the right set of values, or I'm not letting my business to input right set of values when they're performing any hire in the system. Let me give some cost center as well. AB services, executive management. Okay. So how can we have this control now? See, now let me complete the hiring process. If I click on submit, so we'll be giving the cost center, the company, and if you have region maintained, you'll give the region as well. So this is how we'll give the organizations to the workers in the system. Okay. Now my process is successful. You read this pop-up, event submitted, and if you click on view details now, you see the process successfully completed. Previously it will be in progress. Now if you go to the details and process, here you see under details, excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you click on view details, you will be able to see all the details that we have entered as part of these organizations. And if you click on hire details, you'll be able to see hire information whatever has been furnished for this worker. Okay, let me go back. And now if you see the staffing tab of the supervisory organization, it is no more available. Right now it has been Sanath Jayasuri has become a member of the supervisory organization. And now how will I check the organizations on this person? If you open this worker profile here, you go to the position. See, I see the company as AB Services Limited, cost center as executive management, fund it is by default operating fund that is getting displayed here for this. So likewise, the organizations will get reflect on the worker profile for me. So this is one place. In position, we can check the organization assignments, like to which company he or she belongs to which cost center he or she belongs to. Otherwise, if you go to overview tab here, you will see something called organizations here. Just click on it, you will be able to identify. See, now I have added AB services company and AB Services Executive Management Cost Center. But if you see, the cost center hierarchy has been automatically tagged. The employee has been rolled up to this cost center hierarchy because this cost center is part of, like, it is member of this supervisory, this cost center organ hierarchy. Similarly, if you add this company under the respective company hierarchies that we have created, that means the companies roll up to the company hierarchy, cost centers roll up to the cost center hierarchy. So automatically when I tag a worker to a specific cost center, he will also belong to the respective hierarchy. This is how it will, the system will tag them automatically. But on the actual line, we are actually assigning the organizations like company and cost center, but they will automatically roll up to the respective hierarchies if those organization types, be it company, be it cost center, be it region, if they're tagged to the respective hierarchy, they'll be looped under it. Okay. Similarly, you can check for the location of the worker as well. So where we can check the location, you can see we have tagged him to the Dallas location, right? Now he is automatically belonging to AB Services US location hierarchy. So likewise, okay. So this is how we give s- organization assignments on a worker. But again, as I said, when we are performing the hire, I don't have any control for the recruiters, to select right value. See, again here, in any given organization, you might be having thousands of cost centers and thousands of company details, thousands of regions or other organization types. So that is where, if you have hardly 5 to 10 values, you can manage it. But if you have n number of values, so in an organization level, it will be difficult to maintain and manage. So that is where we'll go with this option of organization assignments on the SUPOG level. So how will I do that? So I'm going to the top level SUPOG now. Go to supervisory organizations, select edit supervisory organization, and if you scroll down, you can give default value. So what is the default company that I would like to give to my workers when I'm hiring him or her in the SUPOG? And what is the default cost center I would like to give those value here. Now, when I'm hiring someone into my organization, see, the name itself is telling default organizations, right? Click on OK. Now let us see. I'll try to hire again. I have given the value on the top level SUPOG, and if you go to org assignments, you will see the default values here. And again, if you go to subordinate executive management, and if you go to organization assignments, they'll inherit it. You can still change them if you feel the default organizations are going to be different on this supervisory organization. And if you go to one more level subordinate like AAB services operations, right? If you go to org assignments, you will see them inherited here. Inherited from superior, yes. Now let's hire someone into this supervisory organization. If I have any position here, no, let me create a couple of positions quickly for our testing purposes. How do I create positions? Go to SUPOG related actions, staffing, and then create positions. Just going to give the reason here, position request. Let me create 4 positions for now. I can use them for different hiring activities. I'll give first June as the date. Okay. Now I have created 4 positions. Let me try to hire. Let us see how the hiring process will go now on the change org assignments. Now I'll go to the position and I'll initiate hire employee. I'll create a pre-hire record. Now again I'll give the hire date. I'll give 19th as the hire date and I'll give reason as well. And again, based on the position I have initiated the hire, I can see all the other details here. Now, if I click on submit, it will take me to the change org assignments page. So again, I'll click on open here. Now, if I go down, I see the defaults here. See, for a given supervisory organization, whatever the defaults you are giving, right, they will reflect automatically, and this eases the job of the recruiters or the HR partners. Are we clear how these values are reflected and where from where they are coming from?
Yep, it's clear.
Everyone?
Yeah, it's clear.
Great. Now, let me try to change. Suppose if there is any change, sometimes you may not get the actual defaults from your manager. So you might have to have a different cost center or a different region, some different value other than the defaults that you're getting. Let me see if I can change it here. Actually, it should not allow me. Let me try to submit it. Fund, it is asking for some value. Let me give it here. So this has been enabled as a default organization in this system, and you don't have it. So you can select operating fund randomly every time for this fund. Let me try to submit. It got submitted. Ideally, it should not allow. Yeah. So as I said, so we can give the default value there. So by default, it reflects from whatever the organization assignments it is having, and we can still change it. And again, so it is still letting me to edit the value that was defaulted, right? Now, how can I restrict not to give any other value apart from the organization that I'm going to configure? That is where we will use allowed organizations setup here. Let me quickly show you. I'll go to related actions of the super. See, like I have given default value, but again, it is getting defaulted while I'm performing the hire, but I can still change it with a irrelevant value to the supervisory organization. So in such cases, so we'll still end up with incorrect configurations or incorrect selections of values, right? So I'll give allowed values as AB Services Limited, and here also I'll give AB Services Executive Management. I'll click on OK. Now, if I'm performing any hire in this supervisory organization, let us see how it will behave. I'll explain why I'm doing 2 different hires, one with default and now with default and allowed values. Am I going faster today? If yes, please do let me know. We'll go a little slow. Now I'll go to change org assignments page. Now I'll see the defaults reflecting correctly here, and I'm trying to change it to some other value. I'm not getting any other results. Even if I'm giving just AB here in the search, I'm not getting the other set of values that I used to get it earlier. So this is how we can restrict the list of values that are getting populated, and also by defaulting the uh, default values for that particular supervisory organization. This is just the job of the recruiters or the onboarding people. So here is where sometimes we'll get the business issues. Business will raise an issue saying that, I'm trying to hire a worker in this supervisory organization, but I'm not able to select other company. Suppose the company is, is supposed to be changed for that worker, but they will not be able to make the change. Why? Because again, they don't know the technical configurations behind this challenge, right? So what they will raise a concern to us is like, I'm unable to change it to AB Services India Limited. I can see only one company here. I cannot select any other company in this place for this particular hire. So then what should be our checkpoint? What we should do? We should ask in which supervisory organization you are hiring the worker, into which position you are hiring the worker. So go to the supervisory organization. I'm just going it in a different way. Like you can search for the superg here. Now I'm performing the hire and operations, right? So you need to open this supervisory organization and just take a quick look on the org assignments. So what are the allowed values here? Only AB Services Limited. If you have AB Services India Limited also, then it will allow you to make the change. Let me quickly change it here. Superg, edit supervisory organization. I'm just giving India Limited and UK Limited as well. Okay, I'm giving 3 allowed values. By default, it will reflect, and I can still make changes on the company details. Now let me see whether it is reflecting here or not. If not, we need to reinitiate the hire again. So now, see, now by default it reflect AB Services Limited, and it will still allow me to give the specific set of values here. Again, when I'm searching with AB, I'm only getting the values that I have configured here, the allowed set of values here, like AB Services Limited, Services UK Limited, AB Serve India Limited. See, let us take a quick look again. When I'm searching with AB only, see, I'm getting only those allowed values here. So that means this organization assignments helps us to give a default value and also to restrict the set of organizations that I can allow on this particular SUPOC. So in these cases, you can either give the individual organizations like this, or if they are all grouped under one particular hierarchy, give that hierarchy here directly. That will be sufficient enough. So whatever the allowed organizations are there, so you will be able to see all those organization types in this page. Am I clear? If you go with
Yes.
organizations,
Yes.
you will see these values here. So this is how we make use of this is not only limited to company. You can go with all the organization types that you see here for cost centers, for regions, for everything. Okay. So this is like where we need to check the default values and allowed values. Okay. So if any business user raises a concern that I'm not able to select some particular cost center here, right? Then you you need to check the org assignments on that superg. Again, if no values are maintained here in allowed and default, it will allow you to select any value. The first case we have checked, right? In the first hire today when we have done it, it is allowing me to select any cost center, any company, any grant, any program, any fund, anything, well, any value that is configured in the system. But if you want to have a controlled way of maintaining the data, right, for data correctness in the system, you can go with this concept of allowed values and default values. I mean allowed organizations and default organizations on a superg level. Okay, so this is how we do hirings with organization assembly. Like again, hiring is not just one single step. So initially in the previous sessions, we have done it with one single step. Today we have enhanced the hiring process with one more step in it, which is change organization assignments. Okay. So this is the concept of like in how these uh, other organization types are tagged to a worker. Again, like when you finished with the hiring process, again, let me complete this step. So you will see the worker in the okay operating fund. I have to specify, like again, fund is a required value as per this tenant setup. So give any value randomly from here. Just select it and click on OK, submit. Now we have performed some hiring events on this Superb, right? Like now, if I open any supervisory organization, see supervisory organization is grouping the workers of same team, right? Now I'll go to this location. I'm just opening this location in new tab. And if you open this location, you will see something called members here. If you go to members tab, whoever has been given location as APDLS on their positions, they are tagged here. See, they are grouped here. So this is again, location is an organization in Workday. Not only location, if you go to, one second, let me go to any worker profile and I'll select some other organization, which is company. Let me select this company. If you open this company again, you'll see members. See, who are all tagged to this company are reflecting here. That means every organization groups workers with similar characteristics or features or attributes. Okay, like if you open Supog, you'll see all the members of same supervisory organization, same team from location. Like you might hire different people in different candidates in different Supogs, but they all may have same location. If you open the location, you will see all of them together in one that Supog. If you open company, you will see all the people who are tagged to that particular company. So like they'll be, even you can check for the same with cost centers also, right? So this is how we will be doing the hiring with respect to like like with an additional step of organization assignments as well. Now let me explain you one small concept. So when we are performing any hire, we are getting something called a reason from where it is coming from. Again, when we are creating any position, we are getting something called position creation reason. So from where it is coming from. So that is a setup from the system, right? Since we have already created a couple of positions and hires, I'm just would like to show you the task from where we can configure those things. Say maintain event categories and reasons is the task. So using this task, we can do like if I give create position here. So for create position, what are all the reasons we can see on the system are reflecting here? See, in this tenant, there is only one thing, position request as the main category, and we're able to see two options, right? Staff, new project, or understaffed. So these are the two reasons that are reflecting there. If I want to add any more reasons, I can click on plus, like this is main category, position request, and these are subcategories. Say for example, staff, new project, or understaffed. Um, Vacancy, some other reason, and I'm giving it for manager to configure. Again, please do not make any changes to these reasons, but again this tenant is being used by other people as well, so do not touch any of these configurations, but this is for our knowledge purpose and information purpose. Please navigate to this task but do not make any changes. I'm just removing it for now. Again, if business requests like, and I don't want any specific reason, you can select this inactive so that this reason will not reflect for the in the create position list. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this whatever I have added. So if this reason is required, this inactive checkbox should be unchecked. So if this is no more required, then you can select this checkbox and click on OK, and it will save with the respective things. And if they want one more category reason under here. So you can click on plus and you can add one more category under the reason category here. Similarly, now we have done it for, checked it for create position, right? Let's check it for hire. So again, I'm not making any changes. Please do not do. But yeah, please navigate and see how the page reflects and what are the reasons we have here. See, here you have new rehire and recall. There are two main categories, and again under each category you have fill vacancy and new position. Let me quickly show you on any SUPOG. Say I'll go to SUPOG related actions when I'm trying to hire someone, right? I'll click on phone number here and I'll give the details. Now, in the hire page, you see different options, right? You'll see two categories. One is new hire, recall, and rehire. So if I go to this event, you will have three. Why? Okay, there is one more. See, new hire, recall, and rehire. Again, if I select new hire here, I'll see fill vacancy and new position. So these are the two configurations I have here. See, fill vacancy and new positions. If you want to add more reasons under this, you can click on plus and add them here. If you want more reasons under recall, click plus here and add them here. If you want more reasons under rehire, click on plus and add them here. Again, let me show you under rehire as well. If I go to rehire here, I'll see those options, vacancy and new positions. So likewise we'll configure. If they want new category altogether, I'll click on plus here. Okay, and again if business says I do not want any of these reasons, you can inactivate them in the system. I'm not making any changes now. So this is the place in a task we use, like if it is for terminations, it's a different task. Yeah, we'll see it when we are performing terminations. I'll explain it. And again for change job, for performing transfers, like international assignments, compensation changes, for everything, right? You will use this task, maintain event categories and reasons, and you will give the respective event type. Say for example, request form change. Again, while performing any compensation changes, what are the different types of reasons you see there? They'll reflect here. See, categories and the respective reasons. Like this. This is the main task we use for any configuration level changes in the reasons and event types. Are we good? Any questions? Okay. So what we have done, we have edited hire business process. So what I have done, so in search, just type BP colon hire space AV software services. That means here hires space, you have to give your supervisory organization name here. So once you have given it, go to related actions of the hire business process. Then business process, then edit definition. So once it is done, please do not make any changes on the date. Click on OK. And then here, and in the next step, in the step order, it should be B. Then step type should be action, and specify Give it as change organization assignments. Please type it in full for organizations, and then security group, HR administrator. So give these values and then click on OK, and then done. Then try to perform some hires, right? And then see how the values are reflecting, and then like in the change org assignments page, and see how what are all the other options we can, like what are other organization types that we can add to the workers. And so once it is done, then again you need to do org assignments on the SUPOG. Right? How do you do that? Go to your SUPOG, related actions. It's SUPOG, and then edit SUPOG. And then if you scroll down, you will be able to see under org assignments, add default values, default organizations, and also perform, like do default values and then do couple of hires, and then again go to this step and also give allowed values also. So that's why I'm giving it. Actually, we can perform that in one step, but yeah, let's practice in two different. This is here, give allowed organizations. So just to observe the changes, perform these two transactions separately. So on top of this, we have also discussed about maintain event categories and reasons task. To configure event categories and reasons like this. Any questions so far on the session today that we have discussed?
No?
Okay, good. I'll be sharing the recording and the Excel sheet as well. Is there a comprehensive
Okay.
document doubts?
Just one question, Ashish. I remember you had
Uh,
mentioned like you would be providing some documentations around the workday, right? So that we can go.
yeah,
If you have any questions,
sure, sure.
concerns, I'd love to.
I'll definitely share the document. You can refer through. Fine. Thanks for
Awesome.
reminding. I'll share it today
No
itself in the
worries.
group.
And
Okay.
one more question I had, like during this training or in our training, will we be learning about integrating with different systems like Jira or LinkedIn or stuff like that? Will that be covered?
Uh, yeah, so we will be learning about integration configurations, but we do not do any live integrations because this is the tenant that we are using from some other source, right? So,
Yeah,
but we'll explain how to do those configurations. But it's just we do not do any live interfaces. So we'll run the integrations and see how the data reflects, and we'll make sure the data resides within Workday. We just make sure it is not interfacing to any other system because it does have some information. We have to maintain that
got it.
confidentiality.
Or are there any? I'm pretty sure there's some documentation around it, right? So we can also look into it.
Yeah, for configuration of integrations also, I'll share you the details later.
Mm,
Like, but we are too ahead of our sessions to discuss on those integrations. But yeah, when it comes, if you have any questions, you just raise it to us. We'll discuss and learn.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much for joining. Let's connect tomorrow. Bye.
I thank you guys. Bye.